There we go. Hey, there we are. I'm trying something else out right now, so trying to see how this works. But I wanted to share with you. Thanks for joining me tonight. I wanted to share with you a couple thoughts that I had, um, because I've been hit up a lot lately regarding book writing. So I've been writing, my books, and I get asked this question all the time about things that I used for my book. So I'm going to share 3 tools tonight that I use to help with writing my books. And if they're helpful for you, then I want to share those with you. I would say probably like 7 or 8 times in the last week, I've been asked about writing books. How do I do it? What do I do? How do I come up with the content, etc.? So, how you come up with the content, that's something I'll share at a different time. But tonight I wanted to share 3 tools that I use to help me write my books. And so number 1, I'm not very good at like sitting down and just typing out the idea. That's not me. I'm not great at that. So I need to use a tool that helps me from a voice to text standpoint. And so if that's someone like you, make sure you type this. But if you want to know the tools that I use, go ahead and type me a comment or a question in this, and I will comment. Hang on one second while I do that, and then I'm going to show you the tools that I use. So number 1, the first tool I use is an app called Otter. That's the first tool that I use, an app called Otter, and it helps me voice to text. So you can just hit record, and as you record your voice, it types it out and records it. So for me, when I'm writing, I don't actually start with writing it. I actually just sit down on my audio, the parts for me that help me help make sense. What's up, Ryan? How are you? That helps me get the thoughts in my mind when I voice it to text. So I use an app called Otter, and that records it and then transcribes it. So I use that, and that really helps me get ideas and thoughts down as I'm just, going through everyday life. So if you're wanting to write a book and you're not sure how to do it, just get an app like Otter. It's free, and I can just record my thoughts to text, and that really helps me get that down. I know so many people want to write a book. Like, here's my first book, 5+1. See if I have, here's my second book. My second book, Now Make Good. And I'm actually working on my 3rd book. What's up, Victoria? How are you? So again, first book is 5+1. Second book was Now Make Good. And I'm working on my 3rd book. And I use Otter to help me voice my thoughts, put it into text, and have it down. So this is one of the 3 tools. This is tool number 1. I use Otter. I love it. It takes the thoughts down and puts it there. The second one's kind of cool too. And I use this because, again, if you're by yourself writing this book, Otter is a great tool. And the second I use with my team, and that is Voxer. So Voxer is an app that I use, and it's a walkie-talkie app. And the reason I use that is I can take that app, and if I have other thoughts with my team members who help with my book, I can just record that, and it sends it as a walkie-talkie app. So I love Voxer. I use it with all my team members. Great. Happy Monday, Chaz. Super excited for your 3rd book. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Yeah, Victoria, the 3rd book's going to be awesome. It's called Impact. Becoming a Person of Positive Influence. That's the 3rd book. So that's super cool. Travis Sims, what's up, my man? Travis. And Kelly, all the Minnesota crew that's jumping on here. This is awesome. I'm glad to have you guys on tonight. So again, writing a book is what we're talking about tonight. And so these are the tools. In fact, Elizabeth just hopped on, and she's one of my team members that helped me. So I'll go back through, for those of you that hopped on late here, let me go back and tell you. So number 1 tool that I use is something called Otter. It allows me to voice record, and it transcribes while it's recording. So I can take my thoughts down and then record those, and it transcribes it. That's the first tool that I use. The second is Voxer, and Elizabeth could attest to this. It's a walkie-talkie app. I just record thoughts or something I might want to have her to look up. I record that, and it sends it to Elizabeth, and then it kind of keeps a file for us of the things we're talking about. Because if you've ever written a book, you know, the important thing with writing a book is that thoughts come just all the time, right? Thoughts come sometimes you're driving. Thoughts come when you're just kind of, you know, hanging out. And so having something like Voxer allows me to take these thoughts. You know, so many of you have been commenting to me, and gosh, I bet I've had 7 calls in the last week about somebody wanting to write a book. And they're like, how do you do it? Which, by the way, I'm going to share something with you. What I'd like you to, if you're watching and you've wanted to write a book, what stopped you from writing a book? What has stopped you from writing a book? Go ahead and make a comment in there. Because the other thing too is that, guys, like some of you want to speak on stages. Some of you want just more credibility in your field. And having a book, Travis, I don't know if you have a book, my friend, but that's huge. I would say for you as well, having a book. It helps you be an authority figure in your space, right? Travis, we should jam on a book together, man. That would be huge. We should do a book together. I think that'd be awesome, right? 2 networking powerhouses doing a book together. That'd be kind of fun. If you guys don't know Travis, you guys should follow Travis. Travis will be at Connect. Travis runs an organization. He's a founder of an organization called AGC. Gosh, Travis, forgive me off the top of my head. AGC, I know it's an acronym, and I cannot think of what it means. It's just late. Not late. It's just late for me. I can't think of it, Travis. I'm blowing it, man. Being super vulnerable and fear of being judged. Oh, on the book, Victoria, is that what your fear is? It's holding you back? And before I get to the third tool, Kelly says she'd read that book. That's awesome. What has stopped me is my worry that I have nothing original to contribute. Gosh, you know, that's interesting. I have nothing original to contribute and being super vulnerable to fear. So it's interesting, right? So this book right here, I have sold Travis's Accelerated Global Connections. Thanks, Travis. I'm sorry I dropped the ball on that one, my man. Gosh, I knew that too. So 5+1, right? I write this book, and it's sold now. I think we've surpassed 10,000 copies of this book. Isn't that amazing? And no bookstores, by the way. I did not do the bookstore route. Okay, so this sold over 10,000 copies now. But here's what's funny. And some of you have heard me tell the story. I write the book, right? And I'll get to the third tool here in a second, because it's probably the most powerful in writing a book. So I write this book, over 10,000 copies. But when I first released it, I had a guy that was emailing me. He's like, hey, on page 36, you used the wrong, tense on this word, and this word should probably be this. And over a couple of times, he kept badgering me in some ways about I don't know, the edits in the book or whatever. And at first I was like, okay, appreciate it. But after a while, it was starting to get annoying. Like, anyway, probably not my best moment, but I wrote back and I was like, hey, I'd love to read your book. Where can I pick up your book? And he wrote back, well, I've never written a book. And I thought, exactly. But you have all the time in the world to write comments on my book. Guys, don't worry about being judged. Like, people are going to judge your book no matter what. They're just going to. It's just part of it, right? You put it out there. But the reality is, if you have something of value, you're going to change and impact lives. The number of people that have said that this book has helped them and changed their life is, what if I'd never written it because I was afraid to be judged? Gosh, I mean, you're going to be judged all the time. It's just part of life. It's part of life to be judged, right? So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So just I don't know how to say get over it. Get over it. It's going to happen. And I don't mean that lightly, but think of the good that your book's going to do that will never see the light of day if you don't publish it and get it out there. Okay. So again, let me go back through. Number 1 was Otter. It's a voice transcription recorder. Number 2 is Voxer. And it allows us to, let me turn the hat back around. It allows us to record walkie-talkie. The third tool, and my favorite of all of these, and Elizabeth's on here, she's going to love this one. The third tool is Trello. And if you've never used Trello, we use this, we use Trello to sort of kind of take the book in segments, like in buckets, and that's how we organize everything for the book. And I'm actually documenting what we're doing to write Impact, and I'm going to take you through it, and I'm going to document everything. What's up, Renee, Brad? I'm going to take you through how I write Trello, how I write Impact using all of these tools. I'm documenting it on video, the process of writing the book, the process of getting it edited, published, and that's the easy part. The hardest part is the last phase, and that's selling the book. How do you market it and sell it? And so, good night, bud. And that's going to be the last piece, and I'm documenting that whole process, and I'm going to put that into a course that I can give people on exactly the tools, everything we're doing, how to sell. I think when I do Impact, my goal is to sell 10,000 copies in 30 days, and I think we have a plan to do that. And if we pull that off, again, that you'll be able to see how I did that to sell 10,000 copies in 30 days. So you can be a best-selling author, and you can just follow our blueprint for this. So if that's something you'd be interested in, just put a comment in and let me know if you'd be interested in that. But Trello is an interesting way for us to organize our thoughts. So with Elizabeth and I, as we use Trello, we have the different chapters, the framework of the chapters and segments in Trello. So for instance, with Impact, one of the segments is on purposeful, optimistic, persistent, inspiring. Each of those has a segment line column in Trello, and then we can type thoughts, we can snag images, etc., and we can build out that chapter using Trello, and we can both see it and make comments. And then we might have a section at the end for like stories, and we know it's a story that we want to put in the book. We don't really know where it fits, so we can put stories, we can put images, articles, whatever it is, and we can create these little files, if you will, and then it's all in one place on Trello. And so we use that to write the book. That's the third tool. What's up, Tina? Welcome. Kind of going through the 3 tools, right? For recap, first one is Otter. It's an app, free. Same with that is Voxer. And then the last one is Trello. These are the 3 tools that I use to help me write a book. So hopefully those were helpful for you. If you want to write a book, I would strongly encourage you to do it. It's hard work, but not as hard as you probably think. And it's something that will create a legacy for you, help you make you an expert and an authority in your space. So I think everyone should write a book, if not more than one book. And so I'll be putting this course together. We're going to be sharing some of these thoughts with you at Connect. If you're interested in learning how to get and register at Connect, go to attend-connect.com. Guys, we are over 80% sold out. I imagine by late next week, maybe the week after, we'll be sold out. And gosh, I'm excited to get Connect sold out. We have been hustling, talking to people about coming to Connect. We'll surpass the 300 ticket mark and be sold out. So that'll be awesome. And we have a couple of things that are surprises at Connect I can't tell you about, but gosh, please do me a favor. Do not fly out early on Saturday. You will miss probably 2 of the biggest surprises we have for Connect, because I've already heard of people like, oh, I had to take a 10 a.m. flight on Saturday to get back. You're going to miss massive amount of value by jetting out early. So make sure you stay. Attend-connect.com. So was this helpful? Renee, Elizabeth, again, for all of you who are interested in writing a book, gosh, these are the 3 tools I use. So I'll recap again. Otter, it's a voice transcription app. I use that to voice because I have a hard time, guys. I just have a hard time sitting down writing. The second I use is Voxer. This really works if you have a team or other people, maybe you have a publisher or editor. It's a walkie-talkie app, and I use that. Elizabeth's on here. We use that all the time to talk back and forth, and I do that with my team. And then the third is Trello. Trello is also free. All of these are free. I mean, they have paid subscription versions with additional resources, but you can use them all for free. and they're great resources to use. Trello is a great place to organize all your thoughts and put them in one place, and you can share and give access to people to that to help you with the book. Now, I have access to editors and publishers to self-publish. The pros and cons of publishing through the book system, the stores, or self-publishing. You can do a lot of self-publish, guys. That's what I've done. And so lots of copies self-publishing. So hopefully you found that helpful tonight to do that. Who's writing a book? I want to know who's writing a book. Who's in the middle of writing a book? Renee, have you written a book? Tina? Chris Hall, welcome. You guys, how many of you are in the process of writing a book or want to write a book? I think y'all should. Victoria says she's downloading Otter now. Yeah, it's a great little app. I use it all the time. I use it all the time. It's actually a great little app if you're in meetings and you want to take notes and you just want to listen to it and watch it transcribe. I would say it's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty close. And so somebody could help you work through that with you. Would be a good little tool. Lots of cool comments. Let's see, what are the comments coming in? Yeah, so yeah, you can see Victoria said, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Love Trello and Voxer. Downloading Otter right now. What's up, Mom? Let's see. Lynn says, working one book, number 3. You're going to beat me to book number 3. You're going to beat me to book number 3. Let's see. Travis says, it's in my plans. You guys, if you're not following Travis, if you don't know Travis, you need to follow him. Go connect with him on Facebook. Go connect with Travis. He's just an awesome dude. He's going to be at Connect, going to be sharing some of his thoughts. And he's just somebody you should definitely know and be connected with. Let's see. Hey, Elizabeth, write yours. I'll write mine. I love it. Challenge each other. Get those books written. It's tough. It's tough to write a book. I get it, but it will be something you're just so proud of and something you can put out to the world. And super awesome. So anyway, I hope you guys found that helpful. I hope that this was helpful tonight. These are the tools that I'm using. I'm putting this course together to help people write their books because so many people say that they want to write a book. They don't know where to start. So I thought, let me hop on and give you guys some tools. Give you guys some tools to help you write your books. And I thought these would be helpful. So, you know, let me know. Let me know how I can help you guys get your books published. And looking forward to seeing many of you at Connect coming up soon. So till then, guys, I will talk to you soon. Have a good night.